Hey everyone, welcome back to Garnock Reviews. First and foremost, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you had a fantastic time over Christmas and New Year, celebrating it with family and friends. And I want to start this year off with a video which I think is actually going to be hard to beat this year. If I woke up one morning, was told I had just won the lottery, I got two goals I'd love to achieve. I'd love to go and do the Great Loop, and I'd love to cross the Atlantic and take a boat from Florida back up to Scotland. But what if I told you you could do both with the same boat? There's very few boats can do that, between the height restrictions of the Great Loop and also the range of crossing the Atlantic. But that's where this one comes into play. And we're looking at the Kadey-Krogen Yachts, Krogen 52. As you make your way around this yacht, you'll notice it's designed for heavy weather, as well as comfort on board. You're looking at solid handrails and grab rails. It's even got scuppers on the deck to allow water to flow out. And as you make your way towards the bow, I love the fact that this has got bridge controls. You've got access to both the engines, the bow thruster and stern thruster, and just leave the wheel in a central position at the helm. And as we make our way to the bow, you can see we've got plenty of storage areas, and that also includes underneath the seating that we have on both the port and starboard side. This gives you plenty of areas in the bow to store all your mooring lines, your fenders, canopy covers, things along those lines. And for the windlass, this can be controlled at the flybridge, at the main helm, and also here at the windlass. It's got the little buttons on the deck for operating it here. And this can be equipped to have two anchors rather than one. And as we make our way around, notice that you've got the bridge controls on both the port and starboard side. Now, I mentioned before, this would be perfect for tackling the Great Loop. I understand that it does have a hardtop and it's got masts and things like that. These can all be lowered, basic hand tools. You'd have this wrapped up in less than half an hour for sure, and you can bring that bridge clearance down to 15 feet 9 inches. So it'd be perfect clearance to get underneath all the bridges required for tackling the Great Loop. You've got a deck crane up here for launch and retrieval of your tender. I love all the grab rails that's up here as well. I love the grilling station that's up here. And this does come complete with a fridge, and underneath the hatch is a wash hand basin. And at the flybridge itself, we've got two helm chairs, as well as a little L-shaped seating area, a little dining table here. That allows you to keep family and friends close by while you're cruising. And this can be equipped with all the navigation equipment you could ever need, from compass, GPS, chart plotter, radar, AIS, autopilot. Kadey-Krogen will work with you, understand what your plans are, and come up with a package that suits those needs. Note the hinges here for folding down the hardtop for when you need to lower that height restriction. Then if we head back down below, we'll start off at the aft cockpit and lead into the saloon area. There's so many details about this yacht that makes you think it's designed for heavy weather. You step into the saloon, the doors aren't flush mounted with the deck in case there's water. If you look at the windows here, you'll see that there's multiple windows rather than one large screen. But as well as being a heavy duty yacht, I love the comfort and luxury that's in here. To starboard, we've got the L-shaped seating area with a dining table in the middle. And to port, we've got two individual recliners. I was really impressed with the galley on this yacht. It's designed for extended cruising, liveaboard use, even transatlantic range. So obviously you're going to want to be able to prepare all your favourite meals you would expect to be able to cook at home. The galley includes, it's got a microwave oven, it's got your gas hob, there's an oven underneath that, it's got your full size fridge freezer, you've got a dishwasher on board, and plenty of storage space for pots, pans, plates, utensils, and of course your dry food storage as well. As we make our way up to the wheelhouse, notice all the storage compartments that we have here. Notice also how it's illuminated, making it easier to access, especially at night. And I personally fell in love with the wheelhouse of this yacht. I used to do commercial boat sales for a living, and this brought back memories of boats that was designed for serious offshore use. Got solid handhold everywhere. You've got the door access on both port and starboard. You've got a full bank of electronics, including GPS, chart plotter, radar, AIS, autopilot. This can even be equipped with the forward-looking infrared vision if you wanted to do night vision. You can hook it up with cameras, especially for cameras in the engine room. And I also like the fact that you've got as much seating area here for your family and friends to be close by, but this also converts to a double berth, which would be a great watch berth if you were doing long distance cruising. And if we take a look at the accommodation down below, we'll start off with this double stateroom. I like how accessible the bunk is from both sides. There's also plenty of natural light coming in from the two opening hatches. There's obviously plenty of artificial light as well, and you'll notice that we've got plenty of storage, lockers and cabinets throughout. Next to this stateroom is the heads compartment, and this also includes a walk-in shower. The standard spec for this yacht is that the water tank is a 400 gallon capacity, the black water tank is 140 gallon capacity, and the grey water tank is 140 gallon as well. As we make our way through to the owner's ensuite stateroom, to begin with we've got the heads compartment here, again with a walk-in shower, and there's plenty of storage here for all your toiletries and personal belongings. And then for the main area of the owner's stateroom, I just loved how much storage space there was throughout this cabin. As we've said before, this is a yacht that's designed for long distance cruising and extended cruising, and in that case there's a lot of boats on the market where you can't keep all the clothing and all the different personal belongings that you would need for extended durations on board, but that is not an issue with this one. And for those that have a work from home environment, I've got a perfect solution for you right here. This yacht's actually got an office built into it, and this again includes more storage, and there's even a wine cooler behind here as well. And then if we make our way into the engine room, I was really impressed with how this has been laid out. To begin with, you access it going through a watertight bulkhead, and I love how bright and accessible everything is down here. It's obviously easy to do at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, but you can imagine doing any maintenance or repairs while the boat's underway and not having any issues. Everything is clearly labelled. There's also a lot of cable management and management of all the pipe work that's been going on in here. It's very well laid out and very professional looking. The preferred engine from Kadey-Krogen is a John Deere. It's 231 horsepower. You can either have a single engine or you can have twin. The standard configuration of this yacht has got 1400 gallons of fuel, and with that you've got a range of almost 5,000 miles at 6 knots, 3,300 miles at 7 knots, 2,500 miles at 8 knots, and around 1,700 miles at 9 knots. And as standard, we also have a Northern Lights 12 kilowatt generator, and of course there's an air conditioning system on here as well. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'd like to thank Kadey-Krogen for allowing us on board to take a look at it at this year's boat show. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Please leave comments below, and I look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks everyone.